to the next one, which is, excuse me, is what are your priorities when it comes to school safety and student mental health? Because that certainly is something that, well, it should be addressed. It should be, uh, I would say, part of the program. What are your thoughts on that?
School safety, I'll start with that one, then I'll move to mental health. I am pleased with what we're doing with school safety as far as the physical plant. We do lock the outside doors. We lock the inside doors. I know that when I would leave my classroom, I would have to lock it back up. And when I came back to my classroom, I would have to unlock it.
Right.
Of course, if a student wanted to come in, I would be the one who would open the door,
Right.
look out the window, and I would open the door. The physical safety. We do have resource officers at our schools. I know that we have 32 resource officers in Santa Rosa County, and we have our guardians who are extremely well trained.
Right.
We also have procedures that we practice very frequently. The employees and the students know exactly what they need to do when they're in a certain drill.
Right.
I will have to say that, and I retired from Gulf Breeze Elementary,
Okay.
so they know me there.
Right.
Office personnel, they know me there, and that's one of the schools I volunteer at. But each time I go to enter the building, they'll address me, "Hey, Marie, how are you doing? Good, we know each other. I need to see your ID."
Yeah.
So they don't skimp on that process. Right. Even though they know me, they do not skimp on that process. And in fact, that is asked of me at every school that I go to. And I'm very familiar at many schools.
Yeah.
So they follow that procedure.
Sounds like they're in
They're in
practice. Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
And as mental health, at the beginning of every year, teachers receive training on student mental health. And we are, even though I've gone through the training, I go through the training continually every year. And if there needs to be additional training, the in-service professional development, they have that, and that can be offered throughout the year. We are trained to identify behaviors and scenarios, and we also learn where we need to go or how to, for a resource, hoping that it's there, or how to address the particular issue. So we do have that training. We also have on campus, which I've taken advantage of, we have contracted counselors that come on campus.
Okay.
And they work with students either individually or in small groups. I have asked them to come in and give lessons in my classroom. And I right now can think of 2 different contractors organizations, and I would have them both come in at different times. So during the month that my class would have 2 lessons on a particular topic. It could be bullying, social behavior, what do you do in this situation? How would you handle that? Where would you go if this was a situation that you were in? And basically, it would teach the children. On top of, I know that I would also be mandated to teach a certain program during the school year, which, every teacher would do.
Sure.
So I think that the mental health, as if we can identify it and identify the source of it, I think that would guide us in how to address the situation.
Right. Yeah. Good. And I definitely wanted to take a second. Thank you to all the school resource officers for sure on what they do, the guardians, the counselors. We really appreciate everything that y'all do out there.